Hello everyone, welcome to UniCEN Collaborative Online International Learning Training Program. My name is Zishan and with me Dwarkesh Bawan, and we have two international students in our group from Kyrgyzstan named Gulnara and Gulzada. This project is in collaboration with Pittsburg State University USA and Naryn State University Kyrgyzstan. Our topic is about irrigation systems. What is irrigation systems? Irrigation is the artificial application of water in the soil through various systems of tubes, pumps, and sprays. Irrigation is usually used in areas where rainfall is irregular. There are many different types of irrigation systems depending on how the water is distributed throughout the field. Some common type of irrigation system include
Manual irrigation is by far the most common form of irrigation, as anyone physically able to can manually irrigate their crops. Manual irrigation is moving water from plant to plant. This is very labor and time intensive, and it is usually done with a hose or bucket, so it is only suitable for smaller areas. Manual irrigation is financially the cheapest way to irrigate your farm, and it is currently the only easily available option for many smallholders, especially in dry seasons. Advantages of the manual irrigation system. This method is more useful in soils having less infiltration. It is the best method of irrigation for leveled fields. It irrigates more area and crops get sufficient water. It doesn't require any technical knowledge. In this method, rainwater stays in basins, hence soil erosion is not caused. It has less economic investment. Disadvantages of the manual irrigation system. Creation of problem of waterlogging. There is imbalance in distribution of labor. After growth of crops, water reaches the basins in disproportionate quantity, thereby causing wastage of water. Due to seepage and drains, wastage of water is caused. Machines can't be used in this method because during spray of insecticides or fertilizers, the earthen falls of basins are damaged.
Materials used in manual irrigation are water tank. It is a storage tank that helps farmers store water and provide seamless supply whenever needed. Watering cans. These help the field workers to irrigate water where it is necessary. The rows on the top of the outlet creates a sprinkler effect. Rubber tubes. A rubber tube is made from natural latex or synthetic rubber and is used in flow lines to transport water to crop in fields from a source. Manual tilling. The process of loosening and turning of the soil is called tilling or ploughing. This is done by using a plough which is made of wood or iron.
Surface irrigation is where water is applied and distributed over the soil surface by gravity. It is by far the most common form of irrigation throughout the world and has been practiced in many areas virtually unchanged for thousands of years. The cost of a subsurface drip system ranges from $2,000 to $4,000 per acre on average. Pros place tubes beneath the ground in a subsurface system up to 2 feet deep. These systems are typically more expensive than above-ground drip systems. Advantages of surface irrigation. You can use this irrigation process in sloping lands and long fields. Management is quite easy. You don't need any modern technology. If you have local traditional knowledge, you can do it. You don't need high financial support. You can be beneficial with small lands too. This is a nature-friendly system. You can utilize rainwater. Disadvantages of surface irrigation are: this is a big no-no for big fields. Level lands require high accuracy. You cannot use it there. Not applicable on soil with a high filtration rate. Plants are always covered with water even when they don't need it. Don't drainage outlet. Sometimes limited space gets more water than required.
Materials used in surface irrigation are partial flow. The partial flume is an open channel flow metering device that was developed to measure the flow of surface waters and irrigation flows. Head ditch. It is an open waterway whose purpose is to carry water from one place to another. Field ditches have smaller dimensions and convey water from the farm entrance to the irrigated fields. Gated pipe. It is used to convey and distribute water to the border of irrigated fields. Gated pipe is made of aluminum or PVC and ranges in diameters from 6 to 12 inches and length of 20 to 30 feet. Division box. They are used to divide or direct the water between two or more canals or ditches. Water enters the box through an opening on one side and flows out through the openings on the other side.
Drip irrigation is a technique in which water flows through a filter into special drip pipes, with emitters located at different spacing. Water is distributed through the emitters directly into the soil near the roots through a special slow-release device. If the drip irrigation system is properly designed, installed, and managed, drip irrigation may help achieve water conservation by reducing evaporation and deep drainage. A drip irrigation system costs $2,150 per acre on average, with a typical range of $1,800 to $2,500. For a small home garden, it may cost as little as $50 to install. The size of yard, quality of materials, and difficulty of the project factor into the final cost. Advantages of the drip irrigation system: high water application efficiency and lower labor cost, minimized fertilizer loss due to localized application and reduced leaching, allows safe use of recycled water, ability to irrigate irregular shaped fields, leveling of the field not necessary, soil type plays less important role in frequency of irrigation, moisture within the root zone can be maintained at field capacity and minimized soil erosion. Disadvantages of the drip irrigation system: expensive initial cost can be more than overhead systems. If the water is not properly filtered and the equipment not properly maintained, it can result in clogging. Drip irrigation may be unsatisfactory if herbicides or top-dressed fertilizers need sprinkler irrigation for irrigation. Systems require careful study of all the relevant factors like topography, soil, water, crop, and agroclimatic conditions, and suitability of drip irrigation system and its components.
Materials used in drip irrigation are microtube. A microtube delivers water directly to the root underground. It is attached to an emitter connected to a polyethylene tube. Laser lines. Laser lines are a type of microtubing with emitters embedded inside the tube. They help in transmitting water in the fields. Drip emitter. This drip emitter is connected to microtubing which is attached underground to a lateral line. This consists a hole through which water is delivered with certain pressure and quantity. Drip tape. Drip tape has emitters inside the tube and is connected to a polyethylene line. It is used for vegetable fields or annual flower beds.
Sprinkler irrigation. Sprinkler irrigation system allows application of water under high pressure with the help of a pump. It releases water like rainfall through a small diameter nozzle placed in the pipes. Water is distributed through a system of pipes sprayed into air and irrigates in most of the soil type due to a wide range of discharge capacity. The sprinkler irrigation system costs $2,429. At the lower end of the scale, the cost is $500, and the high end is $4,600. The typical cost for an irrigation system ranges from $1,759 to $3,350. Advantages of sprinkler irrigation: affordable and easy to set up. Water measurement is easier than surface irrigation system. Less interference with cultivation and less land loss. High and frequent application can be effectively accomplished. Easy mechanization and automation. Disadvantages: high operating cost. Water will drift when there is a lot of wind. A stable water supply is needed. Saline water may cause problem. Water must be free from sand, debris, and large amount of salt.
Materials used in sprinkler irrigation are sprinkler. A water sprinkler is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure, and with the help of pump, it escapes from the rotating nozzles. Pump unit. A pump unit is a portable device and can be applied in several household applications. These pumps are used for pumping the huge amount of water from one place to another. Principal pipe. A water pipe is any pipe or tube designed to transport drinking water to fields. It consists of various parts that on the whole creates a water delivering unit.
Physics behind our working principle. In ancient period, there are mostly two types of irrigations: manual irrigation and surface irrigation. Manual irrigation system involves hand watering with hoses, nozzles, or sprinklers. Labor are used in this type of irrigation. Users need a basic training to install and use correct method. The water is properly filtered. And in surface irrigation, land, plants, and fields are watered under gravity. Water is typically given from the peak position or edge of the field. Water delivery is processed from peak position to the drop within field ditch along the gate pipe, where head ditch distributes the water into the field. Surface irrigation methods are basin irrigation, border irrigation, and furrow irrigation. In modern period, three mostly used irrigation systems are drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, and sub-irrigation. Sprinkler irrigation is a method of providing rainfall-like irrigation to the crops. Water is distributed through a system of pipes, usually by pumping. Spray heads at the outlet distribute the water over the entire soil surface. Secondly, drip irrigation. With drip irrigation, water is conveyed under pressure through pipe system to the fields, and drip irrigation is a technique in which water flow through a filter into special drip pipes with emitters located at different spaces. And water is distributed through the emitters directly into the soil near the roots. Third one is subsurface irrigation. Subsurface drip irrigation is a variation from conventional surface drip irrigation technique. It is used to minimize evaporation. It uses water more efficiently than surface irrigation.
Irrigation may be the single most strategically important intentional environmental modifications humans have learned to perform. In the ancient world, the level of irrigation sophistication varied from one setting to the next. The differences, however, stem mostly from variation in understanding of both large and small scale hydraulic principles, as well as the capabilities to construct feats of hydraulic engineering. Following World War II, irrigation development worldwide entered a heady period of rapid expansion. New pump designs and the patenting of center pivot and other sprinkler delivery system came together in a few decades to revolutionize the ability to deliver water. Modern drip irrigation has arguably become the world's most valuable innovation in agriculture. Crops are now growing in desert climates which would not have been feasible without drip irrigation. Today, 60% of earth grains production and half the value of all crops harvested result from irrigation. The productivity of crops can be affected by shortage of natural required minerals in soil and can be improved by enhancement of minerals artificially. The soil is composed of many minerals which include iron, potassium, magnesium, calcium, sulfur, etc. By cultivation and using the land for long periods of time, these minerals can rapidly decrease in soil, therefore, the crop's productivity can also be endangered. In order to improve the minerals, the organic wastages from animals have been used by ancestors since ancient times. By labor or self, this natural fertilizer is mixed with soil. In modern days, very few fertilizers having phosphorus, nitrogen, potassium are effective, which enhance the productivity of crops. The crops have also been improved by surface irrigation and above mentioned fertilizers. In surface irrigation, by using high stored potential water under gravity, enabled the farmers to produce the crops enormously. The crops are also improved under sprinkler irrigation, but it is less effective than drip irrigation. In sprinkler irrigation, the rainfall like pressured pump is set between the crops, which emits rain like water to the entire surface. Drip irrigation is the most productive known irrigation technique through which high efficiency in crops has been achieved. In this technique, high pressured water is pumped through the pipes and distributed along the crops and at the root of each plant. In subsurface technique, the watering of soil takes place under the ground. In this process, evaporation is also tremendously reduced due to the flow of water being mostly under the soil.
For improvement, sprinkler irrigation. To improve sprinklers, solar energy can be used in sprinkler devices. So, under solar radiation, this machine can get efficient input energy in order to give maximum output in the alternative of electrical supply or oil fuel. Bernoulli's principle can be utilized here in this process to improve sprinkler irrigation. In drip irrigation, to improve this irrigation, we can also use here Bernoulli equation where it needed in order to enhance the pressure of pumping. High altitude to the water supply is also meaningful here. For improvement of surface irrigation, the length must be even and not rocky. In order to improve manual irrigation, water should be stored in a tank at a high position